What's going on, people? Jada Black here, back with another video. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the notification bell. If you've been here for a while, make sure you like this video, all right? Now, I want to talk about Chris Brown. Apparently, Chris Brown is telling people that he plans to shoot his shot at Cardi B. Okay? I've been looking around a couple different sources. And what it looks like to me is that this could be a bunch ado about nothing, but I believe that there's some validity to it. And there's some history between Chris Brown and the Migos, okay? Now, I just want to say this about him shooting a shot at Cardi B. Dude, this chick hasn't been out of a relationship for less than a week or more than a week. And you're already trying to get at this chick. She's now a single mother. She's gonna be a divorcee. Like, Chris, what is it with you and these other dudes chasing behind somebody else's woman? Basically Offset's sloppy seconds. You know, what is the point of that, Chris? Now I know that a lot of these guys don't have any standards. They always sleeping with the same women, swapping the same fluids, because they don't know how to go and get women of their own. The last time Chris Brown was able to get a woman of his own to date him outside of the industry, when they broke up, she ended up becoming an industry chick, okay? And I guess ever since then, he just decided, well, might as well just date within the industry, you know? And it took him a while to let go of Karuchi. You know, he still had a hard time letting her go, okay? But in this situation, Cardi ain't been out of a relationship that long, bro. And I'm trying to see what these guys see in her as far as they. Now, I understand that you might like her feistiness. Some of y'all may be attracted to her body-wise, maybe looks, maybe her light skin. I don't know what it is. Maybe because she's a Latina who will claim to be black one minute, then Latina the next. But really, do you really think that it is a good thing to try to get at this chick, man? Like, she is not as naive and dumb as you think she is. I mean, she's been in the industry at the level she's at for a little while now. Why do you think that she was able to leave Offset? She loves Offset because she now understands the industry a little bit more than she did before. Before, she was a little naive. She was making music, you know, doing shows, and, you know, still making videos going at people because she was very naive. She didn't, you know, she's still doing it now, but not as much as she used to. Now she is a little more refined than she was when she got into the industry, okay? And you got this dude, Chris, okay, who is looking like he's not going to age well due to the way that the use of, you know, allegedly drugs, but drinking and smoking. You know, I believe this guy smokes cigarettes, but anyway. I just want to understand this, Chris. Out of all the women that you could get with, all the women that you can date, you're choosing to get with a woman who ain't even signed no divorce papers yet. For what? Because you find something about her attractive? Is she attractive because she was married? Is she attractive because she's in the industry and she's well known? Is that what you're attracted to? Because if you look at it, there was really no connection there. They didn't really take any pictures together, didn't work on any music, I believe. If they did, you can let me know in the comment section. So, because they have no real friendship or anything, or business relationship in the industry, you know, it's almost as if Offset was like keeping things, you know, from getting there. Because I'm pretty sure Chris would have worked with her if he could have, you know. I'm pretty sure Chris would have made music with her. So I want y'all to understand this, right? if you look at this whole situation, okay, it could be a way for Chris to sort of get back at one of the Migos for a situation that happened, I believe, a couple years ago. Karrueche, I believe, was dating Quavo. And this was during the time where Chris and her, like, she was taking Chris to court for, I believe, I wouldn't say stalking, but she was trying to get an order of protection against him so he can stay a certain distance away from her, whatever. This is during that time. Because Chris was just showing up at places, talking to her, whatnot. And they were at this award show, right? They were in the parking garage. I remember seeing the video. And the Migos were walking through the parking garage like they were ready to throw down. And Chris was there with some people, and he was sort of sitting back because there was some talk that there was some friction there because Chris didn't want other rappers dating Karrueche. Any dude in the industry that got close to Karrueche, Chris Brown would say something about it or he'll react in a certain way. And, people thought that maybe him and some of the Migos would get into it, but nothing happened, okay? Now, that was then. Fast forward now, I don't think Chris has forgotten about that. I don't think he's forgotten about that. Now, again, he may have made peace with them. He may be cool with them. But if you really respect Offset, because I also saw where he said that he didn't want to disrespect Offset, then why is it becoming public that you want to shoot your shot? It's as if, you're putting stuff out there hoping that it gets into, the atmosphere out there and people will react and talk about it. I'm talking about it, but that's what I do here. I commentate, okay? It's as if he's trying to deliberately maybe get under Offset's skin, because why would this be made public? Like, Chris, if you're going to shoot your shot, shoot your shot. Now, maybe Chris was talking to a group of friends and they leaked it. Bro, if they're leaking conversation that you're having, then you need to find out who's doing that. Okay? Because I believe Chris was having a conversation. He probably was drunk or probably was partying and then didn't really hold back, didn't really understand the people that was around him. And he probably said, I'm going to get at Cardi B. It's just like the same thing with Tiger Woods and his ex-wife. When Tiger Woods went through the infidelity situation with his wife, there was a guy who was a businessman, and he talked about how if Tiger is going to date this woman, I think one of his exes, then he's gonna date Tiger Woods' ex-wife. It was something to that effect, and I'm like, wow, really? So it could always be a situation of, one of your peoples dated my ex, I'm gonna date your, ex-wife. It could be one of the situations, I don't know. But I just find it fascinating how these dudes just recycle these chicks in the industry, man. Like, you dudes really like the sloppy seconds of other men. That's what it seems like, especially in the industry. Like, it's almost like they value women just based off of who they've dated. It's like, dude, there's a plethora of women. You have access to social media. There are plenty of other women out there you can get with. Now, maybe it's easier to get with the chick in the entertainment industry because she's so used to the lifestyle. She's addicted to it. She's going to do whatever it takes to stay in it. But you also have the chicks who are a little bit more regular, who may be a little bit more difficult for them. But that's where you have to learn how to utilize what you have in your mind and who you are in order to get those women. But I think a lot of these women are groupies, man. Like, a lot of these chicks, especially on Instagram, I don't care if they're regular or not. A lot of those chicks are groupies, man. Especially the ones who have big followings, but they're average. They're not in the entertainment industry. They just put up pictures that people, see and they follow. They're groupies too. Trust me. They're groupies too, and it's all about really just trying to keep the women that you're dating out of the public square. If you are a celebrity man and you're dating a female, don't put her in the public. And if she wants you to publicize her, then she's trying to look for a come up too. But a lot of these guys value the women that they get with based off of who they've dated. Why you think Amber Rose is always with somebody? Now she was rappers. Now she with athletes. Now she's with a dude who looks like her. Now these chicks just go from guy to guy. They use you for your clout and they move on. They use you for the amount of fame you can give them and they move on. This is what they do. You got to understand that. Okay? And that's what you have in this situation, man. You have a guy in Chris Brown, man, who hasn't had a girlfriend since Karuchi. I think the Karuchi was the one that got away from him. You know? But he did a lot to mess up that situation. You had a girl who was not in the industry. She was just a regular chick. And you did a lot to sabotage the situation. And she became part of the industry now, you know? And you as a guy who has a lot invested in the industry, and that is your career, you should watch very carefully of the connections you make. Because getting with Cardi B or trying to holler at Cardi B is only going to bring you issues and drama and beef. You know? You know, women will cause beef and division between men. And I think men have to really understand that and recognize that.